Hello, I'm David Gibson, editor of Third Wednesday Magazine, an independent quarterly journal of literary and visual arts, available in print and now free online at thirdwednesdaymagazine.org. This is one in a series of recorded readings produced to highlight books by some of our magazine's contributing writers. For this reading, I'm joined by Paul Bernstein. Paul's work has appeared regularly in both online and print journals over the past 20 years. His book, What the Owls Know, was published by Kelsay Books and is available from the publisher's website, kelsaybooks.com, at amazon.com, and at Barnes & Noble. Mr. Bernstein's first poems were published while he was an undergraduate in the turbulent 1960s. He resumed writing after a varied career as an anti-war activist, radical journalist, medical editor, and managing editor. He is also a prize-winning amateur country lyricist. Paul is originally from New York, and he currently lives in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Welcome, Paul. We're pleased to have you with us.
This first poem is called Sideshow. The sea climbs up to Coney Island step by wrinkled step, drifting back and forth on the beach to the moon's beat, uncertain of the promised land's hard comfort. Gulls hobo up a thermal swirled around the thunderbolt's old bones to ride the rails, scavenging down the coaster's skeleton for scraps. But it's winter now. The streets are empty. Everything's picked clean. The electric ladies and the giraffe-necked women from Burma still sashay up and down Surf Avenue, searching in vain for the long-lost rowdy boys from the Navy Yard. Their painted faces flake off the woodwork, sin by faded sin. Even the barkers have nothing left to say. They huddle in trailers, silent over coffee and smokes. Only the wonder wheel still circles heaven's houses high above the sideshow, the empty beach, the climbing sea, and the hungry, cold-eyed gulls. Any number of poets seem to have written things about the demotion of Pluto from its planetary status. This one is mine. It's called A Prayer for the Departed. Say a prayer for Pluto, our distant, now demoted kin, kicked out of heaven's hierarchy, shrunk, cast down into the heap of old cold stones. We humans know too much. We kill off planets with a show of hands, while our fearful universe expands to anywhere it can, leaving us diminished. I, for one, will find some broken place, pour a libation mixed of honey, blood, and wine down to the world's pit, where forgotten gods lie thirsting for belief, till their shadows thicken, and they complain of old fool Prometheus and his misbegotten gift of fire. And this is a poem from my misbegotten youth called After Hours. Seared by the thick red sorrow of sunsets, I, stick-shaped, driven by jukeboxes, sit beside somebody else's woman, bonded by the electric communion of guitars. The singer cups an ear to catch the pitch. His voice explodes. Backbeat stomp and rhythm spin body to body, twisting and winding till the music ends and silence unravels us into our separate threads. Some time ago, I participated in an event commemorating the loss of excellent women poets. This was my contribution called The Eye of the Storm for Anne Sexton. Shut the door, block the pipe, turn the key and breathe. It takes a while to die. There was perhaps a wisp of time, just long enough for her to find peace in the eye of the storm that blew her life away. Now only the words remain, hard and bony, stripped of flesh, hollow eyes and bad teeth looming up for us to marvel at. For a moment, we too escape and are eternal, till we close the book, come up for air, alive, breathless, safe. This is one of a set of holiday poems I've written called Costume Party. For Halloween, I dressed up as myself, molding foil against my face, layering paper dipped in paste, dried and daubed with paint, mascara, blush, and base to make the mask a perfect me. Wrinkled pants and shirt a size too small, shoes with old black shoes with broken heels, fused into a mirrored mockery of me to cast a pall across the unsuspecting world until my woman looked, reflected, broke the glass, seeing me for what I was, the way she does every other day of my life. And this is one of my family poems called Grandmother Teaches the Child About Death. Her mind felt like a leaf, fading from red to gold to wrinkled brown rot, eating up her breaking stem until it cracked and the wind grew curious. A child listens to her rasping breath. No one taught him dying, but grown-ups whisper in the dark and weep. He sees, he wants to know, and aims his ripening wit at Grandma to blow away the wall between her life and his and penetrate the mystery. This is not death, says the child. There are no angels here, no stink, not even silence, and turns away to the noisy comfort of gunshots on the television. Now, phototropism is a mechanism by which plants can turn to a light source. This is my twist on it, called phototrope. Daybreak, emptiness beside me, rumpled and cold. Every day begins in darkness. Every night in dreams, I open up to you too late and wilt and wake up twisted like a broken flower searching in vain for the morning sun. I've written a number of old guy poems lately. This is one of them. It's called Heaven's Gate. I've served my 80 years and 10 in full. The bars are down, gates open, heaven lurking just outside the walls. But I choose to linger in the prison of the flesh, cell to cell with you, till my old body raptures me to paradise, free from guilt and sin and a life locked up in righteousness to reap my happy ending. And this last poem is a little fun piece that may strike a responsive chord with some of you. It's called A Quarter's Worth of Poetry. Buy my book, $10 for 40 poems, just a quarter a poem. What else can you do with a quarter? Buy a gumball, scratch a lottery ticket, use it as a screwdriver, or pay your rent in quarters just for the hell of it? Why not pleasure yourself with some poems before time and inflation blow them up? They last longer than sex, take less energy, and won't hurt. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul Bernstein, for sharing a sampling of your work from What the Owls Know. It was a pleasure to hear you read. That's all for now from Third Wednesday Magazine and Paul Bernstein. Be sure to follow us on YouTube for more short videos. You can also follow us on Facebook for updates, featured poems, and more. Thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.